Hi everybody, this is Jen from Cookies, Cupcakes, and Cardio.com. Today I'm going to be making this giant peanut butter and jelly sandwich cake. It's perfect if you want to play a trick on somebody for April Fools, or if you just want to enjoy something really good. It's a peanut butter cake with a raspberry cake filling and a peanut butter filling. So let's get started. We're going to start with the ingredients for the peanut butter cake. We're going to need 3/4 cup of butter at room temperature, 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 1/3 cup of granulated sugar. The peanut butter you're going to need is just regular creamy, or if you prefer natural or crunchy, you can substitute those in as well. And it's 2/3 cup. 1/2 cup of sour cream. And now our baking powder is 3/4 teaspoon. Our baking soda is 1/4 of a teaspoon. And our salt is 1/2 teaspoon. 3 eggs, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Into our flour, I'm going to mix our baking powder, baking soda, and salt. And I'm just using a whisk to do that. And then just set it aside for a little bit later. So I have my butter in my mixer and I'm just going to fluff it up a bit. Once I've got that mixed, I'm going to add in my sugar and mix that for a little bit here too. That's getting nice and fluffy. I'm just going to give the bowl and the paddle a little scrape, and I'm going to add my peanut butter. So when I add my peanut butter, I'm going to continue to let the mixer mix, work its magic, and when it's all incorporated, I'll be ready to add the next ingredients. So in comes my peanut butter, and let's mix that up. Once the peanut butter is incorporated, I'm going to add my vanilla extract, and I'm going to add the eggs slowly, one at a time. We're going to add 1/2 of our flour mixture now. Approximately, there we go. Give it a little mix. And while that's mixing, we can put in the sour cream and let it mix again. And our final amount of flour. There we go. And mix it until you have a nice consistent color in your batter. Now for baking the cake, I'm lucky enough to have an actual sandwich mold for the cake to bake in. As you can see, this is the one that I have, but if you don't have one of these, you could just use a regular square pan and then just kind of cut these notches round the top here, just like that. So it'd be a fairly simple cut if you wanted to bake it in a square pan. Now this cake is fairly dense, so it did take a long time for me to bake this. We're talking about 70 to 80 minutes at 350 degrees Celsius. I started watching it around the 60-minute mark, but it really needed that extra time. So you just want to make sure you let this fully cook before you take it out of the oven. For our raspberry cake filling, we're going to be using 1 1/2 cups of frozen raspberries. You can also use fresh, and you can also substitute it for a different fruit if you desire. 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, and 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. So in order to make our raspberry cake filling, we're going to be needing to use the oven, and I just have a little induction cooker here. So what I'm going to do first is into my pot, I'm going to put all my frozen raspberries and all the rest of the ingredients as well. It's really easy to do because you can put them all in at the same time. Lemon juice and the sugar and the cornstarch. So while this is cooking, what I'm going to do is, this thing is really loud, so what I'm going to do is just turn it on to medium and then come back when it's finished. And in the meantime, while it's on the medium heat, I'm just going to be constantly stirring this, and it will eventually start to break down and become really jam-like. When it starts to boil, let it boil for about a minute or 2 minutes, constantly stirring, and it's going to thicken up because of that cornstarch. So our raspberries have broken down and our mixture has thickened up really nicely here. What we need to do next is let it cool. So this is a perfect thing to make while the cake is baking because it will need a little bit of a while to cool down. I usually take it out of the pot just because the pot stays hot and just put it into a bowl or like a Tupperware container. So our last step is to make our peanut butter filling. For it, we're going to be using 2 cups of icing sugar, 4 to 5 tablespoons of milk, and 1 cup of peanut butter. So I have my peanut butter in our mixer here, and I'm going to add the icing sugar, all of it into there. Then I'm going to turn it on low and just gradually add the milk until it's all mixed in. So now that we have our cake baked, our raspberry filling ready, and our peanut butter filling ready, what I've done is I've just cut off the top. So there it looks like more realistic, like a piece of bread. And I also cut right into the center. So we have 2 slices of bread. So what we're going to do here on this part is we're going to put on some of the peanut butter. And I want it to be liberally spread here, so you want to put lots on so you can definitely see it in between the layers. And I'm just going right to the edge. So you can put it all on if you want. I'm going to stop there. And then I'm going to use a spoon to spoon on my cooled raspberry filling. And I'm starting near the edge, and I'm just going to work it towards the outside as well. Because then when we put the top on the cake, the second piece of bread, it will probably help it squish out down the sides of your sandwich. So I'm going to finish this and put the top on, and I'm going to just keep the finished product a surprise till right up next. So there you go, everybody, how to make a giant peanut butter and jelly sandwich cake. This is a really fun one to put together. I hope you enjoyed learning how to do that today. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe to the channel and make sure you come on over and join us on all our other social media sites. Those are all linked in the description box below after the recipe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.